couldn't get past the fear dragging me down. F-16 crashes in Alaska. We didn't speak. At some point, Jordan reached out and grabbed my hand. I didn't let go. I thought of the pilots who were flying tonight. Michael, Easy, Jordan's boyfriend Byrne, Thor. All pilots I'd grown close to, cared about, men who I'd celebrated holidays with, who had become like brothers to me. My husband was flying tonight. I squeezed Jordan's hand a bit tighter, the panic growing with each second that passed. I couldn't sit here and pretend to be calm, as though the worry wasn't ripping me to shreds, as if I wasn't about to crawl out of my skin. I needed to know he was okay, needed to hear his voice. It was such a simple thing. How many times had I heard him speak, listened to that husky voice that always filled me with peace? Now I needed it. Needed to cling to the sound as proof he'd survived, that I hadn't lost everything. Please let him be okay. Please, please. The doorbell rang. We both froze. I'd never thought my doorbell was ominous, but now the sound sent a chill down my spine. Good news didn't come in the early morning, the sun just barely risen. It didn't come wearing service dress. I didn't know if they were here for me or for Jordan, but either way, something inside me shattered. We both rose from the couch, our lips unmoving, our hands locked. My legs shook, my heart rattling inside my chest. My body aged decades with each step I took, with each step that took me closer to whatever nightmare faced us on the other side of the door. They say your life flashes before your eyes before you die. And it did. I saw myself at 21, at a bar in Atlanta, laughing with my friends, my body lighting up with sparks as I made eye contact with the hot guy sitting on a bar stool, desperately hoping he'd come over and talk to me. I saw myself in Michael's arms as we kissed for the first time, heard my voice telling my friends I was going to marry him, saw the look on his face as I walked down the aisle on our wedding day. So many moments. His arms around me as we mourned the baby we'd loved and lost after my miscarriage. The way he kissed me each night before he fell asleep. Big moments, small moments. The pieces of a life we'd built together. All the love and hope that had filled me as I envisioned our future. All the things we'd do. The children I'd prayed for. The plans we'd made. My entire world wrapped up in one person. And then the moment stopped, and my mind went blank as I stared at my front door. I reached out, my fingers grazing the knob, and some part of me wanted to pull back as I hoped, prayed that this time, if I called Michael, he'd answer, saying my name in the voice that still put a smile on my face. But I knew. Hadn't I always known we'd hurtled toward this? That at some point the bill would come due, and eventually he'd go up in the air and the sky wouldn't give him back. The door opened with a creak. 3 officers in uniform stood on our front porch. It was as though I'd left my body, as if I was hovering above all of this, watching it play out. I didn't feel anything. Could barely register the words they said. Jordan, the walls around me, everything disappeared, until there was a hole inside me, around me, swallowing me up.
Mrs. Peterson, we regret to inform you.
I felt myself falling, taking Jordan down with me as I hit the floor, as I quite simply broke. She was there, her arms around me, but I couldn't feel her. I couldn't feel anything anymore. Chapter 1. 1 year later. Dani.
Do you want matte or gloss?
I blinked, the paint cans blurring before me. What type of paint did you use to erase a broken dream? No fucking clue. My hands gripped the handle of my cart, filled with painting supplies that had taken me the better part of an hour to assemble. Every time I thought I had what I needed, I realized I'd forgotten yet another thing. Time had ceased to exist.